Hi, welcome to an Autocad 2015 video tutorial. I will do, as last in the series, the Ringspanner now in Autocad. Let's start. This could be something like this. I will use parametric constraints. Angle, another angle, make this maybe, no, I could do it with auto constraint, enter, and now I need these two to be parallel. Yep. This needs a dimension. This line needs another dimension. There should be one from here to there. One up here and one over there. Okay, and now I will move all together. That's the base point, and it should be at 0, column -7, return. Then I might fix this point. Okay, and now I could change the parameters to the correct values. This should be 75. This should be 5. This should be 33.5. This 20. This one 287.5, and this one 33.5, and now this value I will remove this, and I need a line from 0, 0 right here, and I might fix this point, yes, and now I need a dimension. I should auto constrain these. Okay, and now this should be 17.5. Maybe hide these hide that as well. Okay, then I need some fillets. There you go. This should be multiple. Radius should be 12.5 here, and another one here, then one with radius 5, up here for example. Yeah, now move, or just do another auto constraint, hide all, and move these objects to the correct layer, which should be my sketches layer. Next I want to do a sweep, therefore I need a profile. I've switched already to my sketches layer, and I need a rectangle, and I could do it with fillet. The fillet should be 4.5, and it should be 9 by 17. And in Autocad it's very convenient to do a sweep because the profile will be automatically aligned to the path. So let's move to surfaces and do a sweep. I want to sweep this profile along that path, and you see it's neatly aligned. Very, very convenient. Now let's switch to the custom view, from custom to top. Next I want to do a revolve, therefore I need a small line, so switch back to sketches, and this line should be from here to there, and I want to revolve this, so go to surfaces and surface, revolve this line, the small one, around this axis, and I want to have it over 360 degrees. Yes, nice. Next I want to go for extrude, therefore I will extract the edges of this object, and they should be on a different layer on this one. Then I want to copy this small line by Control C, Control V. Okay, and then I want to make an extrude with this circle and with that direction. Yeah, this looks okay. Next I want to move this surface a little bit because I just noticed that's the wrong position, and therefore I will move this one from that point, and you can read this warning, but it's okay with me. 4.5. Now it's in the right position. I could do a loft right now, but I want to shape this loft with a guide here and a guide there, so I will go for 2 polylines as guides. So I just noticed that my first sweep, is not in the right position, so I will do it once more. So I go for sweep. Oh, let's change this to surfaces. I want to do a sweep with that profile, and I want to go for a different base point, and this should be the mid between 2 points, between this one and that one, and that's the sweep path, and now it's in the right place. So next I need 2 guidelines, and therefore I would need polylines. So maybe let's switch this to the different layer and go to solid, no home, and go for polyline. This should start right here, go up to this point, and then it should be an arc like this. So I got a first guide. Okay, for my second guide I need some lines, one like this, let's take a look. Yeah, and I might hide the surfaces for a moment and offset this line by 9. Okay, and then I need another line like this, and a fillet, and radius should be 18. Yes. Then change this into a polyline by p-edit, use multiple, use 3 elements. Yes. Join them, fuzzy distance is 0, and now that's polyline. Now show the surfaces, and there's some sort of small error here, see? So I will move this surface up to these guides. So go for move, this should be moved, and the base point should be the mid between these 2 points, and it should be up to this point. Okay, now the guides touch the surface, and now my loft should work. So go for surface, loft, join multiple edges, so I can select this edge, and again join multiple edges. Okay, and now I want to use guides. That's one guide, and there is the second guide. Okay, enter. Change this to realistic, looks nice, and maybe I should move this to the surface layer. Okay, and if you select it, you can change the continuity from this surface to that one to tangent, and the same applies here. Smooth it is okay, and change this to tangent as well. Okay, looks nice. And back to top view. Let's take a closer look. There's still some sort of edge, so here and here. So let's select it again. Go to this option and make it normal to all sections. Now this looks better. Yes, that's more like it. Okay. Now I need another sketch. Maybe back to top view. Now I could join all these surfaces. So let's take a look. Solid, make a union. This surface, that surface, this surface, and that surface. And it's not recommended, but anyway I will do it. And change the layer again to the surfaces. And now maybe hide them. Okay, I need another sketch, and this should look something like this. Now I want to use parametric constraints again because it's convenient. So maybe first auto constrain these elements. And hide these. And now let's make some dimensions. There should be an angle. And this should be 30. Another angle. This should be 30 as well. Okay. Then the distance should be 14. This one should be check it, should be 12.65. And this point and that point should be aligned, but let's make it with a dimension. Come on, with a dimension, which should be 12.65 as well, and another dimension from this point to that point, which should be 9.735. Okay, there should be an angle, and this angle should be 10 degrees. And now I have to move this point up to that point, so go for move, and I want to move this one, that one, this one, that line, this line, that line, and that line. Base point should be this, and it should go up there. Let's hide all the dimensions. Now we need a polyline, so let's go for p-edit, and I want to use this one and join it to that one, and that one, and enter. Okay, now I got a polyline, and I want to make a revolve, so I want to use this polyline along this axis, and it should be 360 degrees. Okay, let's show my surfaces. Yes, and now I want to trim, so go for trim. I want to trim this surface, enter, with that tool, enter, and I want to remove this area. Okay, and now I want to trim again. I want to trim this surface with that tool, and I want to move this area. That's okay. Now let's move this surface onto a different layer, onto the surface layer, and I could join these two with a union. Okay, then I need another sketch. Change to top view, hide the surfaces, and I need a profile. Which looks something like this, and I need to fillets. Radius should be 18, yes. And another fillet. Radius should be 5. And do some auto constraints. Yep. And I could change this to a polyline. Go to p-edit. Select this line and join it to this one, that one, this one, and that one. Yeah. I need some dimensions. There should be an angle by 70 degrees. Oh, that's nice. I thought there should be auto constraint tangency. Yeah, I better change it to a polyline, so I lost these, so maybe I auto constrain it again. Yeah. Hide them, and now I can do my dimensions. This should be 70, and this one should be 5, and these should be collinear. Okay, so I might fix this, and maybe I add these dimensions as well. And now it should be possible to make them collinear. Yes. Hide all, hide all. And I want to move this a little bit up if possible. Yeah. Oh, again. No. This time it works. Yes. Yeah. And I need a dimension. And maybe I fix that, or maybe that line. It's okay, and then I can make a dimension between this point and that line. This should be 14. Yeah. Now let's move this a little bit to the side. Maybe like this. Yep. Now I can make an extrude, but this should be a little bit longer if possible. Yeah. Okay. So this polyline is a little bit too long. This might cause problems, so I will maybe draw a new one over this one. Let's go for right here. Then I need an arc. Then I need another line. Then I need another arc. So there's a new polyline, and we'll make an extrude with that polyline. I could remove this one. Okay, now let's make an extrude. In that direction, maybe 25, that's okay. And another one in the opposite direction. Then make a union and show the surfaces again. Then I want to trim. So surface trim. I want to trim this surface with that surface, and this should be removed. Yes. And then I want to trim this surface with that tool. I want to remove the outside and the inside. Yeah, nice. Then let's move this surface to that layer and join them by a union. This and that one. Okay. Then I want to patch this. Confirm. Then I want to trim the blue one with this one, and I want to remove this. Okay. Let's move that patch to the correct layer, and I could also try to patch this one. Yes, and move this to the correct layer as well. So this looks nice, and change back to top view. So I could join these, that surface, this surface, and this one. Yep. And usually you could sculpt something like this, but if you try it in this case, it will tell you there is no watertight volume. See? So I have somewhere a gap, and right now I don't care because my Autocad version crashed a whole lot of times. So I will add some fillets. Fillet. I want to use a chain, and I want to have a radius of 2. And I want to have it here, here, here. Enter and accept it. And maybe another fillet with radius 1 on this edge. confirm it. This looks quite nice. And now I need some sort of pattern or mirror or symmetry or turning, and to have it on this side. So let's change this to wireframe and maybe hide the surfaces, and then I need a line from one midpoint to the second midpoint, and then I could show my surfaces again, and I will go for a polar array, and I want to pattern this surface. The center point of the array should be the midpoint of that blue line, and I want to have 2 on 360 degrees and confirm it. Change it back to realistic, and maybe go to this one, and where is my layer manager? There it is, and I want to hide this one, that one, that one, and that one. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was the last in the series with some minor flaws, but I think it's okay, and it took me a while to make it. So see you next time. Bye bye.